Hello everyone, today we have a short retelling of the film in which a girl conquered the fashion world. The film shows us an extraordinary girl who surprised everyone with her hair color. This girl's name is Estella. The girl's train of thought and behavior were different from other people. She knew how to stand up for herself. Because of this, she often ended up in the director's office, so things didn't work out for her at school. To realize the girl's dream, the family moved from the village to London. In the city, they attend a social event. In it, the girl notices all the beauty of fashion. The girl is noticed, dogs start chasing her. Running out into the street, she notices her mother asking for help from the owner of the estate. Estella goes to her mother. Along the way, she stumbles. The dogs jumped over the little girl and headed towards her mother. They attacked her, causing her to fall off a cliff. The owner of the banquet tells police that an accidental tragedy occurred. She said that some girl came and extorted money from her, and she herself was not guilty of anything. The girl generally blames herself for this. Unrecovered from everything she saw, she runs away. During her escape, she loses the pendant. She finds herself alone in the big city. Leading the life of a tramp, she makes new acquaintances and finds refuge. This is how years of life fly by. A group of guys turned into very clever thieves. In parallel with her criminal activities, Estella sewed amazing costumes. Everything was going wonderfully, but the girl was born for more. She had a chance to get out of crime. She was taken to a clothing store of the best designers, but it turns out that the position to which she was appointed was a cleaner. Estella tried in every possible way to convey her ideas about the design to management, but she was ignored. Suppressing her frustration with alcohol, the main character destroys the store. The next day, one of the leading fashion designers visits this place. Baroness is impressed by Estella's mayhem and offers her a job. At her new job, she is impressed by the scale of design production. Estella is completely immersed in the sewing process and enjoys her work. She becomes increasingly close to Baroness. While walking with her, Estella notices a secret safe in the house. She also notices her pendant. Baroness says that the pendant is a family pendant and one day an employee stole it. Here the main character finds out that Baroness is the woman her mother was talking to. Estella communicates with her thieves' friends. She declares that this is her pendant and she will take it. Their team is preparing for a robbery. They study the security system, security schedule and other aspects. The main character decides to distract Baroness. To do this, she needs to change her appearance so as not to be recognized. During the evening event, everything goes according to plan. Estella shows up there. She pretends to be a person named Cruella and gathers everyone's attention. At this moment, her partners break into the safe. But there was a big catch. The pendant is not in the safe, but in Baroness. Jasper comes up with a plan with the rats. These rodents cause chaos, as a result of which Cruella manages to take the pendant. Baroness unleashes the dogs in pursuit of the pendant. At that moment, the main character realizes that the dogs are controlled with a whistle and that she is not to blame for the death of her mother. One of the Dalmatians eats the pendant, and Cruella escapes with her partners. From now on, all Estella wants is to avenge her mother. She decides to kidnap the Dalmatians and overthrow the Baroness. Her personality changes, she becomes tougher and fully embraces the role of Cruella. The partners bring the Dalmatians to the shelter. Cruella decides it's worth gathering information about Baroness, so she transforms back into Estella. She is playing a double game and preparing the ground for revenge. Baroness steals the sketches from the main character. From her work, she wants to create a signature look. But Cruella is right here. People's gazes fall on her as always. Time flies by quickly. An important Baroness screening goes awry. However, Cruella puts on her own show, which everyone is delighted with, except her partners. They miss Estella. Baroness finds out that Cruella is her employee. She visits her at her hideout. The character is in danger. Baroness set the house on fire with her. After the fire, the news of Cruella's death is all over the news. But she turns out to be alive. She was saved by security guard Baroness. He also gave her the pendant and told her the truth. It turns out that Estella is Baroness's own daughter. The guard gave the child to the maid because her own mother ordered her to be killed. The main character gets upset and leaves. She later relinquishes the Estella identity, declaring that she will wreak havoc and destruction. She saves her friends and explains how things really are. The confrontation continues. Guests come to the charity evening in Cruella outfits. Therefore, she manages to get through without problems. She steals the whistle. Baroness sets the dogs on her, but they obey Cruella's orders. Cruella says that the mansion is her inheritance and that she is evicting Baroness. On a cliff, a mother pushes her daughter. All banquet participants see this. Baroness tries to make excuses that she jumped off herself, but she fails. This was all Cruella's plan. She faked the death and put Baroness in prison. And the inheritance and the mansion went to Cruella.